Right, all right. LDBC, this is your boy, the Coach. You're live on the Coach Show, the Coach Show live. Man, y'all. Folks, look, man. I'm going to tell y'all something that I've noticed, okay? I'm going to tell you. And y'all kind of bear with me, okay, as I really get to the point. The MMA and the boxing community, they on red alert. Like, for real. I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you something. This Ben Askren getting knocked out by Jake Paul is actually bad for combat sports in general. It's bad for combat sports in general. But I think it's worse for MMA. I think it's much, much worse for MMA. Now, yeah, we can say that Ben Askren, had no hands. And he don't. He really wasn't a boxer. The guy was a wrestler. However, Ben Askren has been in there with guys with hands. He has, okay? We can probably say that Ben Askren never been in there with anybody 190 pounds. We can say that because weight does matter. But at the end of the day, Ben Askren has been in there with guys who probably could beat Jake Paul. He's been in there with guys that can beat him. But combat sports took a L today, or last night. Took a L. This man got in there, Jake Paul got in there with Ben Askren, who, was a former champion. Been in there with former champions and knocked him out. A YouTuber. Really, who don't really have a lot of fight experience. He just said he wanted to box. Now, the straight right hand or the hook that he hit Ben Askren with, no. Okay, he's not going to do that to a seasoned boxer. Hell, he's not going to do that to any MMA fighter that has any kind of striking. That's got a kickboxing background. That's got a boxing background. He's not going to beat them, okay? But you have a lot of MMA fighters now. They're going to come out of the woodwork. A lot of MMA fighters is going to come out of the woodwork, and they're going to want to fight Jake Paul. The question is, how long is Jake Paul going to ride the ride? How long is he going to ride the wave? You got some boxers that kind of got their eyebrows up. It's not a lot of boxers really physically calling him out because they still believe in their mind that they'll beat Jake Paul. But I tell you what, man. Combat sports in general takes the L, but mostly MMA. Mostly MMA. And you know what? Say what you want about Jake Paul, you got to say he was smart. He picked the right person to challenge. They already did their research, man. See, I'm going to tell you something about YouTubers. I'm going to tell you something about a YouTuber. YouTubers, when we put up videos, we have to do research. We have to research certain things. And see, Jake Paul and his handlers, they researched the perfect fighter that he can get into a boxing ring with. They went out to Ben Askren. They went out there, and when Ben Askren started running his mouth, they took that because Ben Askren don't have no hands. Guys, y'all seen Ben Askren in the octagon. And y'all seen this guy punch before in the octagon. Man, it's pretty lethargic, really. It's pretty bad. It's real bad. So I guess if anybody thought that Ben Askren would have a chance, it would have to be in close quarters. I mean, hell, y'all saw Frank Mir. Y'all saw Frank Mir fighting an actual boxer. How did that go? It didn't go too well. It just didn't go too well. Ben Askren is trying to play it off like, yeah, it's just losing, but nah. Ben Askren, he finna get clowned and ridiculed. But then let's think about this. All the other people who knocked out Ben Askren, I hear people saying, man, well, was Masvidal KO Ben Askren? I mean, was that legit? Yeah, it was, because he kneed him in the face. He kneed him in the face. Yeah, it was legit. Two totally different sports, okay? Do I think Jorge Masvidal could KO Ben Askren in a boxing match? Yeah, absolutely. He could KO him in a boxing match, too. The thing of it is, guys, people really... Ben Askren's chin has never been tested until he met Jorge Masvidal. And that's the issue, because people haven't really been able to touch his chin like that. Not really. Jorge Masvidal got to touch it, and he went to sleep. Jake Paul got to touch it. He went to sleep. We can argue the point and say, Ben Askren, he really never had a chin to begin with. He really wasn't a striker to begin with. He really didn't have any kind of hands to begin with. We can say all that. But no, man. This is a bad day for combat sports. And guys, I'm gonna really tell you why. Because this is what boxing has become. The day I see MMA do that, if Dana White or Ray Sefo, if they do it, or won championships, or Scott Coker do that, I think we will have reached a generation. We will have reached this generation where now complete YouTubers or complete just social media, celebrities can get on there and fight the highest competition. Now, guys, in a mixed martial arts matchup, Ben Askren definitely would have defeated Jake Paul. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Okay, if they were inside of a cage with MMA rules, Ben Askren would have won the fight. Okay, but man, I got to give a salute to Dana White. I got to give a salute to Scott Coker for right now. I got to give a salute to Ray Sefo. I got to salute these guys because they're not taking part in the show. They're not. They're not taking part in the freak show. And I'm going to tell you, man, this whole thing with Triller, guys, y'all ain't seen nothing yet from Triller. Y'all ain't seen nothing. Look. Triller, they going to do some more stuff. They're going to have more freak shows. They're going to keep putting these freak shows on because the problem is in boxing, and what I've continued to say over and over and over, is that the sport of boxing, they don't give you the best fights. So when boxing don't give you the best matchups, this is the freak show that you get. Okay? You had Regis Prograis on the same card, on the exact same card fighting Red Catch. Had him on that card, but really, wasn't nobody talking about that fight. You got Snoop Dogg, you got Bieber out there, you got all these artists. The sport of boxing, what kind of boxing did they really talk about? Really, what did they really talk about? This is the sport of boxing, guys. Triller is a 20, and you know what Triller doing? They smart too. See what Triller is doing? They're bringing in the young fans. They're bringing in this young generation, this hip hop generation. This generation that can relate to people like Justin Bieber or Jake Paul. They're bringing all these new kind of fans in. The old fans, the old boxing fans that, we just want to see great boxers fight each other, that's dead, y'all. That's dead. And who do we have to thank for this? We got the boxers themselves and we got these promoters. We got your PBCs, we got your Bob Arams, we got your Eddie Hearns, we got your Frank Warrens. These are the people we have to thank. We got your Kathy Duvas. These are the people that we have to thank, guys, for single-handedly just destroying the sport of boxing. Mauricio Suleiman. Guys, we had a complete card with YouTubers on it. A YouTuber and a retired, washed-up MMA fighter headline. I want y'all to let that sink in. Where y'all think the sport of boxing going now? As long as Triller is in the game, as long as Triller is there, forget it. Forget it. And Triller, they got the money, so they're going to keep attracting these fighters. They're going to keep on attracting these guys with the money, and people are going to go over there. They're going to keep having these freak shows. I give it to Frank Mir. At least Frank Mir, held his own. At least Frank Mir held his own against a boxer. Or a former boxer, Steve Cunningham. At least Frank Mir held his own. At least Frank Mir gave an account of himself. But Ben Askren? Ben is a disgrace. Now, look, man, Ben Askren should never step inside of a cage again. Look, man, just teach people how to wrestle. Teach people how to wrestle because this makes the sport of MMA, I don't care whether you like it or not. This guy, Jake Paul, he finna go on a social media like crazy, man. He finna start calling any and everybody out in mixed martial arts. But they're going to be very selective. They're going to be very selective. And, you got Dylan Danis. Somebody else that really don't have great hands. Guess what? He going to get into a boxing ring and probably get knocked out too. Yep. Folks, welcome. Welcome to Boxing 21st Century. Wow. I thought I'd never see this day.